Are we ready?
Yeah.
All set. 1, 2, 3. Hi, I am Darain.
Here is Yanis.
It is Giannis and Darain. You know, it's been kind of a weird week this week, Yanni.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what happened?
I know a bad man. A bad man is out in the world, and hopefully something will happen to get him under control. We need to think about things, you know.
Yeah.
Days like today, I miss President Trump. He was crazy. Nobody would do this kind of thing because they never knew what he was going to do, you know. Biden, nobody cares about him. He's the old man. But anyway, to me, it is not politics that I worry about. I worry about my students. I worry about the children.
Worry about Yanis.
Oh, I always worry about Giannis. Giannis is my favorite worry. But have you seen this picture?
No, I haven't seen this. They're so beautiful.
A friend of mine who is in Ukraine right now, she had to get a whole passel of children saved to a bomb shelter.
Oh my God.
How can anybody think that is right to do to children? I mean, I'm really not going to talk much more about it. This whole thing is a war of attrition. And if you don't know what that is, it is a saying that comes from World War One. It means nobody's going to win. Even if you win, you don't win. These people, I mean, even the Russian citizens don't want any part of this war. There have been Russian troops holding up signs for news people that say, we don't want part of this war. So where did anybody think it was okay? I don't know. Some of my children are in Russia, and they are not any safer than my kids in the Ukraine. So for this show, we will pray for them. And it's not important who we call God, just that we say, please, let the kids be okay. All right.
So
I know, I'm telling you that it makes me so watery of the eyes. Watery of
they're
the
gonna
eyes.
be okay.
I hope so. I hope so. It is a thing, you know. But you know what's coming out really soon? No, Batman.
Yeah, that's my friend's favorite. You know, he spent like 4,000 RMB on a toy Batman. It's like it cost him 4,000 RMB. It's really a lot for a student. It's like because he really loved Batman.
I don't know that I love Batman that much. I don't.
I don't
It is a fun story. Well, not fun, but it is kind of a cool story. And the original Batman and what Batman has become are two different things. Who was your favorite Batman?
I don't have one.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look and see who's played Batman. Do you know? The new Batman is being played by Robert Patterson. You know, the vampire guy.
Mm.
Okay, so far Batman has been played by Josh Hutcherson. I don't know him. That was in Justice League. Ben McKenzie. I don't know him. Jason Akes, don't know him. George Clooney played Batman. He was good. Val Kilmer played Batman. He was good. I don't know Kevin Conroy. Adam West will forever be Batman. David Mazulas, I don't know him. Michael Keaton, oh my God. Out of all the Batman men, I think he was my favorite. He was just so cool. Wait a minute, let me. You can't do him over there?
I never bite your him.
Well, I think he was like a late 80s, early 90s type of actor. And during his time, he was kind of hot. Let me see.
You know, according to a lot of Chinese girls, he's really handsome, but I don't think so.
Who, Patterson?
Yeah.
I don't think so either. I mean, not that he's ugly or anything. He's just not my
cup of tea.
Yes, there you go. See, here's mine right here. Look at him. He had such the strong jawline. I mean, Keaton looked like he belonged in the suit. Whether he did or not, I will never know, but he always just did look like that. I mean, during his time, he was hot. They have this is the new one.
Oh.
Well,
this is the movie.
Yeah.
The movie that my friend.
This is the new movie.
Okay.
The one that's coming out in March.
Yeah.
I sent you the trailer to it, right? Did you get to watch it?
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch it yet.
I have watched it because my friend made me watch it because he really likes this video, this movie.
Yeah.
He keeps sending me a lot of videos of this movie.
Yeah, I don't know who she is. I think he is supposed to be like the Riddler. And I don't know, maybe this one is going to be the Penguin. I don't know. But I was looking, they have out of the recent stars, they have a really good mix. Colin Farrell's in there playing the Penguin. That ought to be interesting. See him as a fat guy, balding. Wow. It is amazing how they make people look with all that makeup, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you're getting ready to go into your bachelor year.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about what it's going to be to take that postgraduate test so you can get your master's?
It would be really difficult because, you know, a lot of people have been preparing for this test and they spend a lot of time and spend a lot of money for some classes, help them enter into those kind of master program. And at last, they did not get a satisfied score, and they were not happy about that. Even according to the Chinese news, even
But
one
if you were going to pay
girl.
that kind of money, why wouldn't you just go get your master's abroad?
Oh,
Is there a
that's
reason you
another.
want to get it in China?
Maybe a lot of Chinese parents don't want their kid to go abroad. There are some kind of like conservative parents like that.
In China? No, you don't say.
It is true, according
I
to the
know it
Chinese
is
news,
true.
a
It's in
girl
China,
was not satisfied with her scores on a test, and then
right?
she wants to suicide. Like a lot of firemen, yeah, a lot of firemen and policemen is trying to rescue
Or
her.
yeah.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
god.
I mean, here, I will show you something.
Because they care about the score and they spend a lot of time.
I know what it's like. That's my master's degree.
Oh, cool. Oh.
8 years ago today, I got my master's degree.
8 years ago. In 8 years, I will get my master's degree, I think.
I know. So cool, huh? But I mean, it was a lot of work. And I think maybe part of the reason they have this test, and maybe part of the reason that they make it so hard. Before I got to the bachelor's degree, I didn't know what it took to learn. And then by the time you're at the bachelor's degree, now you know how to learn. So from the bachelor's to the master's, this whole new world opens up. And you have to learn so much. In 2 years, you learn as much as you did in the first 4. And then, if you are really, really special, because only 3% of the world are doctorates. Only 3% in the entire world are actual doctorates, PhD or MD. So knowing this, you really want to make sure that you are filtering out. When we were in Shanghai, we saw in college, some students showed up in college because it was a free ride on mom's dime. And I do too. But those are not the kind of people you want in a master's program. You want somebody who's serious. You want somebody who's well-rounded. Maybe they got their bachelor's degree and maybe they went out and worked, or they did something for a year and now they're ready to appreciate having that master's degree. It's a big step and it's a whole lot of work. And the doctorate's just insanity. When you go for your doctorate, you really kind of need to accept you will never think the same again. I wish I could think like other people do. I don't. But I know how to do research. And when you know how to do research, you don't have to accept what the TV says. You know how to see what the truth really is. And it changes the whole world for you. It opens the world up and you can see so much. But you have to make sure it's something you want to see. How's that old saying go? Don't ask the question unless you really want the answer.
I haven't heard about the same.
Yes, it is true. Because sometimes you have a question and you ask it, but what that person says could change how you feel. And you have to think about, do you really want to change how you feel? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So if you don't want to change how you feel and you think you're going to and you don't want to, then best not to ask. I mean, part of that master's program, I was blessed. I was in Everglades for my bachelor's and my master's. And I always had, there was always another student who was sitting there going, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. So in my program, I have always gone, I have a couple of people under me in the doctorate program. They should be graduating soon. But yeah, you always cheer them on. One thing you notice, and you had to have seen this even in China, you may start school, let's say your freshman year. Let's say there is 1,000 students in your freshman class. By the time you graduate, there's only going to be about 250.
No, in China, it's not like that. You know, most of the students will be able to graduate. It's different.
Oh,
In
they'll
China,
be able
it's-
to graduate, but do they really have a degree, or do they just have, so here you go? They call that a participation trophy in America. It ain't much
No,
different.
no, in China, it's not like that. Most of the students will be able to get their degree anyway.
Right.
I,
But
I
it doesn't mean they earn that degree.
yeah, they do not. They even do not
You got
work
caught
that.
there. You know exactly what I mean. There are students who take advantage of the system. You and I both know it.
Yeah, but in America, it's not like that. If you really like don't spend time and don't work hard, you're not gonna get a degree. But in
Oh no,
China, it's
you will
another
get
story.
failed. You will get failed right out.
Yeah.
And you have to take student loans, and whether you graduate or whether you fail out, you're going to have to pay them things back. So you have to help each other grow. When I was going through college, I had friends that were in my class. They could tell me, like, your friends helped you get on to those things where you got to go for money. My friends told me about scholarships that were available to me because I was an old lady, you know. But yeah, it's not easy. I mean, that test that they have it taken to, I agree with it somewhat. It is important to get people out who really are going to waste your time. Because as a professor of master's degree level work, that's a lot of work for me too, not just you. I give you the assignment, but those assignments are written, so I have to correct them and I have to read each and every one. And chances are you're not the only student I have. You know what I mean? And that being said, I even work with my students. I'm like, come on, if you don't bore me, I'll work with you, because you don't want 20 of the, I want to play. I had them. All they had to do was start a new habit. Do you know 3 of them wanted to study more? You're starting a new habit, not one you currently have. No, we need to study more. Imagination is something that is not on this test. They have to graduate with certificates recognized by the government, an undergraduate diploma by the government. undergraduates and higher graduates with government degrees. And this has to do with both a personal in the master or the doctorate level. Are you going to go for the doctorate?
I wanna, but I'm not sure. I wanna though.
Yeah, but you're going psychology. And if you go psychology, that opens you up to so much.
Yeah. I wanna do it, but I'm not sure right now because I still didn't get my bachelor yet.
Yeah, but you're not that far off. You already got your associates. Yeah, and there's some people that don't even have that.
But no, it's like people around my age is around 20 years old. They should be able to get their bachelor's degree around
I didn't
22.
say they aren't able to. There's a difference. Some people don't have the drive for school, honey. They really don't. When I was 20 years old, you couldn't have told me about school. I didn't attend till I was later. I was like 38. And I could have kicked my butt the whole way. You know? It was just one of those things.
38.
Yeah, I was 38 when I went back to school. I had to raise children before that, you know?
So when you were 38 years old, you don't need to raise children anymore.
Well, I was 18 when I had Steven. That's when I started taking kids in.
20 years old at that time.
No, I was 18.
I mean, the child, when you turn 38.
Oh, when I turned 38, he was 20.
Yeah, 20 years old. He would be able to take care of himself, and you don't
Yeah.
need to take care of him anymore.
No, all the kids were grown by that time. The only two home were the two youngest at that time. Out of all 40 kids, they were the last two at home. And they were like 16, so it was not a big deal. Actually, they might have been a little bit younger than that, but it wasn't a big deal. I mean, I had a gentleman that worked for me, and so I always had the kids covered even when I wasn't here. It was a lot of work. Even on the days where I didn't have to go into school, I thought my eyes would just blow out. I mean, that's one of the fun things about that Facebook Wayback Machine is I can look and see the things I wrote, like, yay, I passed nutrition. And I remember that feeling, and it's like, yes, I did it. Whoo. There was elderly nutrition, there was homeopathic medicine, there were all of these different classes. And then you had the accounting classes, and you had the chiropractic classes, and the business classes, and the global business classes. And it just seems like sometimes it's a never ending thing. But journaling helps you to get through that, you know? Now, before we wrap up tonight, well, tonight for me, morning for you. Depends on the side of the globe you are on. I wanted to talk about something that's happening down in Colombia. Excuse me, it's dry here. Right now they're having issues with hippos. Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
It's sad and funny all at the same time. Here, let me show you. Look at them. Aren't they cute?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they look really old. Those are old hippos.
Well, they are
right?
old. Yeah. Well, they started out, there was 4 breeding pairs that were brought to Colombia by this man here. His name was Pablo Escobar. He was a drug kingpin that eventually got shot and killed. And so his house was abandoned, but they left those hippos there. And the hippos have no natural predators. So those 4 pairs started breeding and breeding and breeding. Look at the baby hippo, Yanni.
Wow.
And it's so cute.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so cute.
They have become part of the illegal pet trade.
Oh, so we cannot have hippo as our pets?
No, we're not supposed to have hippos as pets. No. They're highly territorial. They will kill people. They don't even think twice about it.
Oh my god, their mouth is so big.
Isn't it?
Gigantic.
And never, ever, ever stand behind one, because if you do, you will get sprayed, and not in a good way.
You're gonna get into a new journey of the hippo stomach.
Yeah, the wrong journey of the hippo stomach. But these animals, the courts have classified them as people. What started out as just 8 is now up to almost 200. And because of this classification, they are allowed to make it so they can no longer reproduce. These sterilized hippos will live out their life in Colombia and be fat and be happy. And now these babies are now protected. So the drug kingpin brought an animal that didn't belong. The words for this is called invasive species. Invasive species. Now, what happens is you take an animal that doesn't belong and bring him to someplace new. The only problem is he's not going to have any predators. There's not going to be anything to stop him from growing and growing and growing. And they take over local populations. This happens in and out of the water. Hippos are not the only thing. Like here in Florida, we have those things, they're called lionfish. Everybody wants one in their tank. But they're horrible predators. Certain breeds of carp, same way. So not only do we have to provide for the animals that we do have, we have to be careful with the ones that come in from other places. I mean, look at them. They are such beautiful creatures. You can't really get up close to them because they are a bit wild, but so cool, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Especially the baby hippo. It is so cute. I just really want to have one as my pet. But
Me
my parents
too.
is not gonna agree.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know though, because my daughter Dancer, she once got very angry. And she had saved up. She was going to make a trip to Michigan, and the person she was going to see made her so angry. Instead of going to Michigan, she spent the money on sugar gliders.
What?
Yeah, they're these little flying squirrel type things. And then she moved out and she decided she could not take them with her. So I was stuck with sugar gliders for a long time. Oh, the kids in my house have had tarantulas. There was that poisonous frog. We have fish. We've had cats. We have dogs. We have chickens. I've had pigs.
What about rabbit?
Yeah. What about you, Yana? You ever have pets?
Never, because I have a crazy mom, and she's like, "Oh, if you have a pet, and let him live under your bed, and then he's gonna live in the same room with you, and you need to take care of his blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah thing is." When he pooped, you have to take care of him, and you have to take him to take a shower, blah blah blah, something like that. Those kind of shit, and make you give up. And then I've got no pet, no happiness.
No happiness, huh? Wow.
It is
Okay.
just like that. It is. I never got a pet. If my child wanna have one in the future, I would say, okay, no problem. You just go and get one. Let's go and get one.
Okay. All right, girly. Well, you know, we're at that magical time again. Next week, we have a guest star. We will have Kay Bilton. Chris's daughter has agreed to join us. You know, I was kind of surprised. I asked a couple of very strong women. But they're both so used to being in the background that they weren't sure enough of themselves to come on. Maybe soon. Maybe they will get courage and come see us.
How old is she? Our new guest.
Kay, I think she's around, I'm not sure. She's between 35 and 40.
Oh.
She's older than you and younger than me.
She's older than me and younger than you.
That ought to be interesting.
Is she from American too?
No, Kay is British. She's from UK.
Oh, the same as her father.
Yeah. Generally, honey, that's where most people are from, where their dad is from.
Okay.
Unless you're an American politician.
Unless you are a mixed baby.
Yes. I am a mixed baby. I am the best of everything. I am Boston, Irish, American, Chinese. How much better do I get?
You are too confident. You're just daydreaming.
Not daydreaming. I know what I am.
Daydreaming.
It makes me brash and fun.
Daydreaming all the time. All the time.
It is the important part of life. All right, girlie. Go start your day. Tell Baba I said neho.
Okay. I would tell him about that.
Ganga ne. Bye-bye.
I love you too. Bye-bye.